Did you ever imagine getting the opportunity to make incredible happen? Working alongside incredible people. Being part of a team that pioneers cutting-edge technology to create solutions that drive a smarter and more sustainable tomorrow. Being at the forefront of innovation and technology. Shaping, rethinking, and influencing. Challenging conventions to create sustainable change and performance.
Akkodis, a global tech powerhouse and leader in smart industry, together with Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS Formula One team, are looking for one incredible candidate to take on the opportunity of a lifetime.
We're looking for someone with passion for motorsport, a tech enthusiast combining technology and innovation to create sustainable solutions, a creative thinker, someone driving impact and difference.
One season, your career in pole position, working with Akkodis and Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS Formula One team to make incredible happen. Akkodis, engineering a smarter future together.
Apply now at akkodis.com/lead-the-charge.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you around the world. Welcome to our live Q&A session with our partner, Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS Formula One team. I'm Jasmine Opel, Head of Strategic Partnerships at Akkodis, and I will be your moderator today. So, today's session is all about Lead the Charge, your career in pole position. But what does it mean? And how can you apply for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? To answer all your questions, we have invited Bradley and Alice from the Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS Formula One team in Brackley, and I will give over to them for a short introduction.
Thank you, Yasmin. So my name is Bradley Lord, and I'm the Strategic Communications Director here at the Formula One team, which means I have the great privilege to be responsible for all of our internal but also external communications, including in the growing and increasingly important world of sustainability.
Thank you. And I'm Ali Ashbittle. I'm the Sustainability Manager for the team, and I joined about 6 months ago. I think it's such an exciting opportunity at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to driving change throughout the sport and welcoming the successful candidate to help us on this journey.
Thank you, Bradley. Thank you, Alice. Great to have you here today. Before we start with all the questions, I would like to give some insights why we have even launched this program. Akkodis is a global tech powerhouse in the smart industry market. With over 50,000 engineers and digital experts, we're working on innovation, technology, and a smarter tomorrow. So, we are looking for one incredible candidate. It can be you. And we hope to find this candidate on a global level to actually join the Mercedes team and work on sustainability projects. I'm sure you're very interested how you can apply, what is the role about, etc. So we can ask all these questions. Please use the chat function and post your question here in the chat. I will get it on my iPad and then we can give it over to Alice and Bradley. Yes, and the first questions are also already coming in. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity, and I would really say a once-in-a-lifetime chance. So young professionals and students around the globe, they're really energized and super excited to join your team. So first question is actually to Bradley. And I have here, people are interested to know more about the work on a day-to-day basis within the team based in Brackley. If you could answer a bit more on that.
Yeah, of course. So maybe a word, first of all, about where we're based. We're about 50 miles northwest of London, halfway between London and Birmingham, and situated very close to the home of the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. So it's a campus here of just over 1,000 people, actually. And certainly what I personally find incredibly rewarding is it's a campus filled with people who are experts and world-class performers in all their field. But as challenging as that is, I think the really special thing about working here is our culture and how we work together as a team. So it's a high-performance culture. We believe in honest and direct and constructive feedback. We believe in self-improvement and continuous improvement, and in trying to be a better version of ourselves every single day that we come into work. Now, that culture and that philosophy means it's a challenging environment, a demanding one, but also an incredibly rewarding work environment as well. And that extends through also to our belief in health and well-being. We have an on-site gym, we have very active running cycle clubs, and lots of opportunities to become part not just of the work culture here, but also the culture of the team that exists between all of its members. And then particularly looking at this role, what I see as so special about the opportunity is that this is a real focus area for our business and for the team. Sustainability is something we believe in as something that needs to be embedded across every single thing that we do. So this is a fantastic opportunity to see how the team works and how the company works across all of its areas, from race operations to factory operations to indeed how we communicate the measures and the steps that we're taking in terms of trying to work towards our net zero target as well.
Wow, thank you so much, Bradley. That's really good insights. And to be concrete, I mean, the role we want to fill here is called Sustainability Project Consultant. And I would actually like to ask Alice, what are the key responsibilities of the candidate working in the team?
Thank you. Yes, it's as Bradley says, a really exciting time for the team. Sustainability is becoming a key priority across the business. And so one of the key responsibilities for the candidate will be to support us on our net zero journey. And part of that will include identifying new technologies and ways of working right across all our different departments. There'll be an element of data analysis in the role, looking at how we're performing and looking at how we could perform better and setting targets to achieve that. But it's not just about the kind of the data side of things. We're also looking for someone who can communicate well, because the role will include communicating right across the team, explaining the benefits of sustainability and understanding how people work and how we can improve how we work. And also the candidate will be helping us with our environmental protection projects right across our lovely Brackley campus.
Wow, what a dream job. I mean, I also have to say the job opportunity, by the way, you can find on the button job, you see the whole job description. I mean, it really reads like a superstar. What about students and young professionals, when they don't have a sustainability background, are they still, can they still apply, or how you see that?
Yes, very much. We're looking for somebody who can adapt and evolve. We're constantly looking to improve ourselves, and we welcome kind of applicants from right across the field.
Oh, fantastic. Super. And I mean, also common question here. I mean, how will the candidate be really successful in this role? Maybe Bradley, you can also give some more insights here.
Yeah, of course. I think Ali's probably best placed to talk about the qualifications and the sort of technical side of things. But in terms of attitudes, behaviors, and values, I think what unites everyone here at the team is our passion. You've got to be passionate about what you do. You've got to love what you do and really want to use that passion to turn it into motivation and drive. This environment, Formula One, is relentless. It is challenging and demanding. It's not just the race calendar that we're familiar with seeing on TV. There's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that goes into enabling that in every single area of the company. So we need people who are also resilient, who can be self-reliant, who can pick up a challenge and run with it and take that challenge and transform it into really, really successful results. But most of all, I think what you need to be successful in this world is to be a great teammate and understand that the team comes before the individual. And so everyone who invests their effort in prioritizing collective success and collaborating really, really effectively with your teammates is going to be someone who can make a success of this role.
Thank you so much, Bradley. Alice, do you want to add anything further for this?
Yes, I think one of the key success criteria for the candidate will be somebody who's really innovative. Sustainability is a really fast-paced environment, and whilst you don't need to know everything about the topic, what we're looking for is somebody who can adapt and learn and apply new and novel techniques to their work.
Okay, thank you so much. That's really good insights. I also get questions here on the leadership style. We were now talking a lot about the role itself, responsibilities, key for success. But here our people around the world are also interested about the leadership style at the Mercedes team and how is it really to work with you?
And I think maybe picking up off the point that Ali just made, I can use one of Toto's favorite quotes, which is that yesterday's home runs don't win tomorrow's games. This is a place where it's all about what's coming next, how can we improve, and how can we get better. And the leadership style is really designed to help our teams deliver that, and also help people deliver that also in terms of self-improvement and growth as well. So we talk a lot about empowerment. We like to define what we want to achieve, but then give team members the freedom to design the right methods, the right approaches, and the right techniques to actually achieve those goals. So there's a lot of freedom that can be daunting at times, but it's also a very supportive leadership culture. So there is, on the one hand, empowerment, there is accountability, but then also a huge amount of support in order to challenge constructively, take feedback, and transform that into a further opportunity to improve. And I think the other thing we would talk about when we talk about leadership here at the team is authenticity. We want people to be themselves and bring the very best of themselves. And that hopefully helps to create an incredibly inclusive environment as well, where everybody's differences can be sources of strength in order to make us a more high-performing team in the future.
Wow, thank you, Bradley. Yes, I think that was really, what also our candidates here expect. And I think it's a very nice environment to work in, right? Also, when we have really the grow aspect as well. I'm getting here a lot of questions on the background the candidates need to have. So maybe it's actually for Alice to just deep dive again a little bit more on the background, because here people are wondering. When they have an engineering background, is this suitable for them? And so either or, right? So what is when they only have an engineering background, and what is when they only have a sustainability background? Can they apply, or they need both? So maybe Alice, you can elaborate a bit more on this one.
Perfect, yes. So I think one of the really exciting things about this role is that either background works here. So I personally have a scientific background. I don't have a specific sustainability background, and it's something that you can learn and grow. And I think one of the key parts of our team, it's a small team, but we really focus on developing each person within the team and helping them as they start out their careers in this space. So it's very much open to everybody who's got these kind of backgrounds, and we really welcome your applications.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And can you maybe give some examples? Is the candidate then really traveling from race to race, or is the person mainly in Brackley? So here people are really wondering, what can they expect from this role?
So I think the candidate will be mainly based here at Brackley, because that's where we do the majority of our work. But as and when required, we will look at taking people to places they need to go. For example, everybody in the team takes the day to go to an experience at Silverstone during the British Grand Prix to kind of see what racing is like.
It's perhaps worth adding there, Ali, actually, that although the racing is the very prominent part of what we do, that's probably only 10% of our entire workforce, probably a little bit less than that, actually are present at the racetrack compared to the effort back at the factory. So Formula One, when you're working inside it as an industry, is really rooted in the factory and in the team here back at base. And then we have a little sort of almost commando force that travels around to the races throughout the season, but the vast majority of our work and effort happens back here, and this is really the source both of the on-track performance, but also many of the initiatives that we then also deploy trackside.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that's much clearer now. And can you tell us a little bit more on the sustainability project itself? Is it mainly for the sustainability topics on the race or manufacturing processes? Or, I mean, just to understand here more about what sustainability targets we are speaking about.
Yes, so our projects kind of cover the whole range, as you've touched on, Jasmine. We're looking at everything from the products that we're purchasing and the sustainability of them, to looking at how we can track our entire carbon footprint. And that's where the data analytics will come in, and the requirements to kind of be able to look at a lot of information, process it, and make informed decisions about where we need to focus our efforts on our emissions reduction. So it'll be across the whole range of activities. You'll be working with many different teams in the business, as Bradley says, you know, back here at factory, understanding how we operate and how we can really drive change.
That sounds.
I think it's worth adding. Sorry, Yasmin, just to add on to what Ali said there. And I think in terms of our ambition here at Mercedes, it's not just to lead on track; it's also to lead in terms of sustainability. So the opportunity that is there to contribute to a real cutting-edge program, and one that breaks new ground, is something that certainly I see as one of the most exciting opportunities that the role contains, as well as part of Ali's team, as we continue to push forward with the plans and the ambitions that we have.
That sounds so exciting, and it also sounds like the candidate will be really have insights in so many different aspects in the whole organization, right? So it's really, really exciting. So I'm having here more questions on, you know, will they meet the drivers and all the engineers, etc. So can you explain how the interaction is here? So will the person also work closely with the drivers, or is it more with the other projects within the team?
I think our drivers, you know, they're an integral part of the team. So we see them here regularly on site. They're in pretty much every week or every other week to conduct simulator sessions, debrief with the race engineers and with the senior members of the design team as well, seat fitting. So there's lots and lots of different work that they're doing, in addition to then the marketing commitments as well. So they are part of our life here at Brackley. We also conduct Q&A sessions with the drivers as well for the staff, so that people get the chance to have that interaction with them. They won't be sitting down at the desk next to the successful candidate, but they're certainly part of the life here at the team. And exactly the same is true, and probably much more so, for the traveling section of the team as well. So the race engineers are based here at the factory in between the races, as are the mechanics and the other members of the traveling team. So some of those faces that are familiar maybe from watching F1 from the outside will definitely be here on a day-to-day basis. And indeed, I'm sitting in a room where if I were to drop through the floor right now, I'd probably land on Toto's desk, and he's in the middle of his working day here as well. So yeah, those familiar faces are very much part of the life and the rhythm of our work here at Brackley. But for the drivers themselves, they're obviously not based here physically on a permanent basis, and they do, but they are regular visitors.
Wow, thank you so much, Bradley. In general, the motorsport area is pretty male dominated, right? So what is when, as a female, I'm interested in this job, are there any, you know, disadvantages, or what do I need to be careful about? Maybe you can elaborate also a bit more on diversity and inclusion, how you approach that at the Mercedes team, and what our candidates can expect here.
Feels like one for you to answer maybe first, Ali, in terms of how has your experience been joining the team actually in the last 6 months?
So it's been an incredibly welcoming experience. I think what Bradley alluded to in the first question was how open and collaborative we are as a team. And so coming into this industry, it's an incredibly friendly environment. There's so many ways to get involved and get to know people right across the business. It's a very open door policy, which I think is really, really nice as someone new into the sport and new into this kind of sector. So it feels like a very friendly environment. And I would say there's not one piece of advice that you need to make this a success here, because I think everything is built up to support you.
And I think in terms of our broader ambitions as a team, you're absolutely right, Yasmin, that historically this has been a male-dominated world, but we very much see a future where that's not the case. So as a team, we have a program that we launched in late 2020 called Accelerate 25, where we are aiming to recruit a minimum of 25% of all of our new starters from underrepresented groups, be that women coming into the sport, particularly into technical disciplines, or people from minority ethnic groups as well. And we're very much on target with that and exceeding that target in both this current year and last year as well. So we have a really fundamental belief here at Mercedes that a more diverse team will be a more performant team in the future. And we are looking to recruit people from all backgrounds with the expertise needed in their specialization in order to become a stronger team in the future. So I hope that we are an inclusive and open and collaborative environment for every new starter who joins the team.
It definitely sounds like it. So thank you so much for elaborating more on this question. Maybe when we stay for a second on the team setup itself, I have a question here about the team setup in the sustainability team. So it's again for Alice, maybe just that people can imagine, what are really the teammates, they're working closely together. So maybe you can elaborate a bit more here.
Yes, so we are a small team and we're a very agile team, which I think is a real strength. You get the opportunity to learn from us and we're very hands-on. We're working together across all of our projects. So I look after the team, and then I've got a couple of people working with me who look at everything from the kind of the environmental project sides of things, which is much more kind of mobile, moving around the factory, to the more desk-based, sometimes data analytics role, all the way through to going and chatting, maybe to Bradley to talk about our next kind of piece of work, through to the engineering teams and the purchasing teams. So it's very much, you will be supported in this role, you will be learning from others who've been doing this for a little while, but it's also an opportunity to stretch yourself and grow, because we are a small team and we do work very agilely in this space.
That is very nice to hear. And can you please confirm again, because I'm getting a lot of these questions on, how many years and how much do people need to bring experience in engineering and also sustainability. So can the position also be done as kind of an intern, or really like I have my bachelor degree, can I apply?
Yes, so we're looking for somebody with a degree level qualification, but that's it. We are really looking to get a range of experiences, and we don't want to exclude at this stage really great candidates who may not have a lot of experience in sustainability or a lot of experience in engineering. So again, we're looking for someone with a degree background, but apart from that, it's really open. If you're passionate about sustainability or passionate about motorsport, this could be a really exciting opportunity for you.
Thank you, Alice. And one more on this, there's the question on motorsport experience. I mean, there are different Formula student teams and initiatives. So when somebody has really no motorsport background, also, no touch points yet, is this still a possibility to apply here?
Yes, very much. I didn't have a motorsport background before I joined the team. I was working in the built environment. And so again, I think that diversity of experience is really valuable. A passion would be great, and I think is important to understand how we work, but experience is not necessary.
Okay, thank you so much. Maybe also we are getting close to the end, but also a bit more on the framework as such. It will start exactly when, and also how long will it take? Maybe just to have the, the counterparts where we see when the candidate would actually start in Brackley. And also I'm having a question here, can the position be done remotely?
So the position will start early next year. Unfortunately, the position can't be done remotely. So much of what we do is collaborative, and so we will be working from the Brackley base.
Okay, So when our candidates need to relocate to Brackley, will they get any support for the relocation? Might be a complete new environment. So do you think there will be some support we can give to the candidates so they have a smooth onboarding and start in Brackley?
So we will support with any visa application processes that need to go through. And as Bradley says, this is a very friendly, team-focused environment. So a lot of the sports clubs, a lot of the societies kind of will help people embed into the local community. Because as you say, it might be quite a change of environment and pace. And so this kind of supportive nature of the team beyond the racing, I think will really help someone settle into this role.
Perfect, thank you so much. And when I understand correctly, it's 9 months, right? The person will be with you, so it will start early next year for 9 months for the season next year. And yeah, as you said, Alice, thank you so much for the insights also with the onboarding process, etc. So it's a really, really exciting opportunity. We are getting close to the end, and I wanted to ask both of you for some last advice you would give to our candidates around the world they're interested to apply for this position.
Maybe I can start, and just to say, go for it. In your application, bring through your passion for the topic, for what you would like to bring to the role, and really make the most of that opportunity to tell us about you and your determination to make this a success, and why also I think you believe that sustainability in Formula One is not a contradiction, but actually something that can really work hand in hand to drive meaningful change in our team, in our sport, but also in the wider world.
And I would reiterate Bradley's point. I think have the confidence when you're applying for this to tell us everything about yourself. Like we want to work with you. We're a very friendly, small team, and I think it's just a really exciting opportunity. So really do go for it.
Perfect. Thank you so much to both of you for your time and for answering all the questions we had here from the audience. And I also want to say thank you to all around the world dialing in and asking your questions. Really use this opportunity. It's once in a lifetime. You get this chance to actually join the Mercedes F1 team in Brackley. So put your career in pole position and get your CV ready to apply at akkodis.com/leadthecharge. We look forward to seeing your CV. Good luck and goodbye.